Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm very happy to welcome you to this session in which we will explore how cities can apply artificial intelligence in practical and meaningful ways through the lens of the city of Braga and the AI Challenge 2024 with Hayden AI. My name is Carolina Garcia. I'm part of EIT Mobility, and I'm really happy to be joined by Pedro Moreira, representing the city of Braga. Pedro brings deep expertise in transport, mobility, and urban planning, and he is currently the head of the unit of coordination of public transport in Braga, and he is also an active member of the European Commission's expert group on urban mobility, and is the co-chair of the EIT Mobility City Club. Thank you, Pedro, and welcome.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you.
Before we get into our conversation, let me briefly introduce you the AI Challenge. The AI Challenge is a program that was created to help cities connect with AI solution providers in order to tackle their most pressing urban mobility challenges. And through a structured matching process, it pairs solution providers with those that are facing challenges in urban mobility, whether they are public or are private. So in the case of Braga, Braga took on a very tangible urban issue, which was illegal parking at bus stops, which is a recurring problem not only for traffic efficiency, but also for accessibility and safety to the public transport. So with that context in place, let's start. Pedro, could you please tell us what motivated Braga to join the AI Challenge and how the idea for this challenge emerged?
First of all, thank you for the presentation and for the invitation, and thank you for the presence. This AI challenge for us was just perfect. We have, obviously, as a city, we have a strategy for the city, we have a strategy for mobility, and one of those strategies is to make public transport the first choice for people in Braga to move. So for that, we obviously need to make it more reliable, comfortable, accessible, and so on. And we had big constraints regarding that. And one of those constraints was the illegal parking on bus stops. Illegal park in bus stops is not something that is very glamorous as a problem for the city, but in reality, it really damaged the service for public transport. Every car that is illegally parked in a bus stop represents delays, represents a disabled person that is not allowed to use the bus, represents that the bus can even endanger other users of the street. So for us, this is a real problem. And when we saw this AI challenge, we thought that this could be the ideal way to tackle this problem. And we discussed with, we tried to find the kind of solutions that we could explore. We discussed with Hayden AI the kind of solution that could be implemented, and we find this solution that was very aligned what we wanted and what we needed for our public transport.
Thank you, Pedro, for your insights. I think that this is quite impressive how this challenge that was like really specific, illegal parking at bus stops, addressed multi-dimensions of urban mobility, as you said, not only efficiency, delays, trying to tackle with that, but also with accessibility, with safety. So I think that this is really, really interesting. Maybe now let's turn to the pilot phase and how the relationship with Hayden was during the implementation. So once Braga was matched with Hayden AI, how did the collaboration take shape? And maybe can you walk us through the actual implementation, how the solution was implemented in the city?
Yeah. This match worked perfectly, as I said. It was a real problem from real life, from the city perspective, with a tool that was used in a real life problem. And for me, that's the core of innovation. It's where real problems are seeking for real tools to tackle it. So Hayden AI presented us this solution. We talked with our public transport operator, because we as a city, we have an internal public transport operator that's called Tube. And also with them, we choose two main lines in the city to have this system implemented. So we implemented this system in two lines, urban lines that are very used with thousands of people every day. So in those lines, we try to figure out how to, if the system works, what are the main problems with the implementation, with the technology, but also with the implementation, the physical implementation in the buses. And also on that, Hayden AI was very agile. So this is a company from the United States, okay? So it's not Portugal, it's far away from Portugal. But they knew that this kind of solution can only work even in a pilot phase if they have local partners for the implementation. And they use these local partners that are also highly expert on public transport, with high expertise on data, or even in artificial intelligence. So they choose this local partner and they implement it in our buses. For instance, just to give you an example, these kind of solutions, they are always, I don't know, every week, every 2 weeks, a small problem that the camera is not focusing, or the camera is not working properly, or the bus went to repair, things like that are very operational. And if they didn't have this local partner, it would be impossible to make this change from a day to another. So, but in Braga, it was very easy to say, well, in this bus is not working. They contact the local partner and everything flows naturally. What was very good, because we are talking about a very short-term pilot. We are talking about 3 months. If anything doesn't work for, I don't know, 2 weeks, could be completely different regarding the final results. So they had these local partners. Tube was also very involved in the implementation. We choose very specific lines, and we detect something that for us was, I don't know if it is amazing or terrifying, but something like that. We are talking, I just give you a number, the 8,000 violations during 3 months piloting.
Terrifying.
Terrifying, yeah. It's amazing, but also terrifying. So this is the kind of things that we were able to quantify. It was not possible to do that before. We obviously have the voice of the bus drivers, or the bus of even the car driver, saying that there's a lot of violations. But this amount of violations, this number of violations for us was terrifying.
I want to highlight maybe some things that you were mentioning. First of all, the internal collaboration in the city with the public transport operator as well. We always talk about public-private cooperation, but this is public-public cooperation. So this is amazing to run a really successful project. We are really happy for that. And then another thing is understanding the local context, as you mentioned. Not only was involved Hayden AI in this project, but also local companies that were supporting throughout the project in order to have it to have the project like a successful result, right?
Exactly.
So I think that this is a great lesson learned from the implementation part of the project. Maybe before we jump into the results that you already mentioned some of them, were there any challenge during the implementation with Hayden AI, or it was like perfect match during the implementation as well?
There were some challenges, operational challenges, as I
Yeah.
said before, but I believe that was not the difficult part of
Okay.
it. The main challenge that we had and the main difficulty that we had was much more related with how to use the technology at a national level. We needed to adapt it. The, the, the Hayden AI technology allow us to identify the violation, the illegal parking car, but also to be able to enforce the driver for that violation and illegal parking. What happens in Portugal is that we don't have a regulatory framework to enforce the drivers that are making that kind of violation. So even if we had to adjust the pilot to these legal constraints, it gave us the opportunity to build a case, to build a strong case on this kind of technology. And so we used the pilot for that. We used the pilot for gathering data, build a strong case, and after this period of piloting, to go to our national authorities, to our national entities, and say, okay, we have this. We have to do something about that. We need to be more agile on enforcement. We need to be more agile how we use technology in these days, because we cannot use legislation that has 10 years or 5 years in this actual context. So we are building this strong case, and we are going to our national authorities and saying we need to use this for our everyday life. And this is not just Braga, and is not just Hayden AI. It's a technology, is something that the cities need, and is something that will help cities to be better, to have better public transport, to have even better traffic, because we are talking about illegal car parking, more safety for people, more accessibility for people that are disabled or have some mobility issues. So we are talking about make things work better than before. And I believe there's not a national entity anywhere in the world that wants things to work worse than what they were before. So we are hoping that this strong case that we are building with this pilot and the data from Hayden AI will help us to change something at national level.
This is amazing, and this is something that from EIT mobility perspective we support to scale this project and go beyond the pilot phase. So I think that this is a really, really good best practice and lesson learned from other cities and privates as well. It's amazing, like from a very specific challenge and a specific pilot, as you were mentioning, like just 3 months, you can open new and broader conversations to inform national policies. I'm talking about accessibility, enforcement, regulation. So this is the kind of project that we want to fund and support from EIT Mobility. We are really happy because of this. Maybe we are running out of time, unfortunately. To close, do you want to say maybe a final sentence to the cities or the private sector that are listening to this? To inspire them?
well, I'll try to be inspiring. But yes, from our experience, there's one thing that I think cities, at least cities from a side similar to Braga, they need to be aware. Don't wait for the perfect conditions to do innovation. Innovation doesn't come with perfect conditions. Just identify the problem, identify the challenge, find a kind of solution, and implement it. You are going to make a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors during the process, but we are going to construct. You are going to build a strong case. You are going to learn from the process, and in the end, you are going to be better than you were before. So don't wait for perfect conditions. Go for innovation. Try to find partners like EIT Urban Mobility because they have this experience on making this kind of investments, low risk but with high impact in the cities. And that's one of my.
I love
thoughts.
that
No,
ending. Thank you, Pedro, for sharing your experience today. It's been a pleasure.
Same.
And for you all, thank you for listening, and I wish you a very great day today. Thank you.
Thank you.